Hey everyone, hey guys, doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back to another Legion premiere. And today I've got a new collaboration with another company, Lynxgear. And I am really excited. An actual subscriber told me about Lynxgear. Now I've seen them on Amazon, but then the subscriber said to me, hey, Grugs, give them a shot, because these are great knives. And so I got in contact with Lynxgear and I asked them if it was okay if we could do a collaboration. After about a week or two going back and forth, man, they said, yes, let's do it. So I got two knives from them, all right? And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I got two knives from them that we're gonna be testing out in the very near future. But I wanna do a Legion premiere for both. And but before we get started with any of it, what are you all carrying today? Well, I'm back out in the woods as always. I'm always trying to get here as much as possible, and I decided to carry with me my Lynxgear Bushcrafter. All right, let me all know what you guys and gals are carrying today in the comment section or in the chat section. So yeah, man, Lynxgear drop point hunter right there. Let's go over the specs. The overall length of this knife is 9.5 inch. The blade length is 4.5 inch. Blade steel is D2. Blade design, they call it a drop point hunter. The blade grind is a hollow grind, but it's a slight hollow grind, and I think it's going to do well for the outdoors, period. Blade finish is a satin stonewash. Blade hardness is 59 HRC. Blade thickness is 0.15 inch. Handle length is 5 inch. Handle thickness is 0.15 inch, and the handle material is Burlap Micarta, and the weight is 7.85 ounces. They are selling this on Amazon for a great price of $22.99, man. Wow. I mean, that's right up my alley. I love budget blades, and it features a full tang lanyard hole and a nylon sheath, man. All right, so good. I've got the specs out of the way. I will put the links to Amazon on the comment section and in the description section, so be sure to check that out. Okay, but they came in some very, very simple boxes. Very simple. This is definitely budget blades. They came in this simple box right here. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. However, for both knives, when I opened up the box, man, I couldn't believe how sharp they were. So let's check out this blade, man, this awesome drop point, okay? And look, man, it's going to do the job. It's definitely going to do the job, but I am excited in any case to test it out when the time comes. So if you'll notice, there is a slight hollow grind, but you know what? It's a substantial hollow grind. It's not very thin. It's decently thick in my opinion. Okay, this blade is sharp. It is really sharp, and I'm going to show you in a second. But it has a mid grind hollow, right? It's midway, and then the rest of it is a flat, and it does have a sharp spine. Let's take it off my nail material. So that'll be good for the avid outdoorsman who needs to, make a fire while they're hunting or whatever. They're done for the night. They want to do some hunting. Some relaxing after the hunt. So they got to start up a fire. Maybe, you're at a camp, you're hot tenting it, and, you've got a sharp spine. You want to use your knife to spark up a ferro rod to start up the fire. Well, here you go, man. This knife has that. It's got some slight jimping, okay? It has a nice adequate sharpening choil. It's got the thumb grooves over here, and it's got some nice texturing of the Micarta scales. These are Micarta, man. Burlap Micarta. Now they do come in a couple other different colors. Go check them out on Amazon. I don't know if they're in stock, but this is the ones that they sent me, and I like this color. I wanted this one, so this is perfect. Full tang goodness, okay, on both sides. It's awesome. Now, I don't know if it's skeletonized in here or not. I haven't opened it up, but it does allow, it's got this stainless steel hardware, and it does allow for the removal of the scales. Not too much of a protruding tang, but I think these scales are thick enough where if I needed to tap it into the wood with a baton, I think it'll survive a bit of a, you know, batoning. And look, it comes with this divot, you know, for those experts who know how to use it for a bow drill. So pretty nice, man, for the price. I mean, what, $23, man. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you're probably going to get it for free shipping. It's got some nice finger grooving. Okay, I personally think it's primarily for hunting, this knife, you know, and but I'm sure it can be used as an all-rounder. I mean, I just like it, man. I really do. I really like it. It's D2 steel, and I'm sure it's gonna hold up fine. But again, we have to test. But it feels great in the hand. Okay, let me just try a little bit different configurations. I do feel a little bit of a hot spot right here. Okay, but I guess, you know, if you're cutting into the meat, you might hold it a little bit different way, right? Let's reverse grip it. So the reverse grip is not so bad. You just got to make sure your fingers are grasping the finger grooves pretty good. And let me try it this way. Yeah, a little bit of a hot spot right here, a little bit. But again, if you got to do some cutting of your game, you know what I mean? It's still doable, man. It's still doable, and it's got the, I don't know, I like the finger grooves. I got to tell you, I like the design. I like the design. I think it's very cool. This to me just screams hunter, you know? This just screams hunter, a hunting knife. And, you know, for some of you out there, this might be all you need. You know, you go out there with the bow, with your rifle. It's hunting season, man, and maybe this is all you need. You don't got to spend a lot of money. You just need to make sure that this is going to do the job, you know, to cut and quarter up the game, gut the game. And this might be all you need, man. I mean, maybe this is the one knife that you're going to use all year round, you know? It's possible, but I want to test it out to see how this is going to hold up in the outdoors, right? If you're an avid outdoorsman or avid outdoors hunter, you know, some of you hot tent, man, and you may need that knife out there, you know. Obviously, you're not going to bring a ton of gear with you, but you're going to have a nice, trusty knife with you. And I think that this knife is going to do the job, man. I really do, because out of the box, it's wicked sharp. Okay, now, I know some of you aren't going to like this. It does come with a nylon sheath, and I was talking to one of my subscribers today, Ray McClama. Shout out to Ray, baby. Shout out to Ray. So, you know, he's giving me the cons of this sheath, but you know what, man? For the price, I always look at it this way. It's adequate. You know, it is adequate. Now, time will tell if it'll last, but it seems to me it's pretty thick and pretty sturdy, you know? The stitching looks okay. You know what I mean? It's adequate. So let me open it up. Let me pop the knife in. Now I'm carrying my Lynxgear Bushcrafter on my hip right now. I've been carrying it for a couple of days. Today's the second day I've been carrying it on my hip. Been sitting in it in the car, took it hiking yesterday. And you know what, man? It works. I even fell asleep on it on the couch, believe it or not. I didn't take it off my hip. I can barely notice it on my hip, okay? So I fell asleep with it, you know, on the couch. It wasn't poking me. It wasn't hurting me. It's adequate, man. I'm telling you, it's adequate. You ain't going to get cut with this. Now, again, time will tell how long this will last you, but I think for the price, man, if you wanted to, I'm sure Amazon sells, you know, some more adequate leather sheaths, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this at all. It's not the prettiest sheath. It's a down and dirty sheath, man. It is there to protect you from getting cut and to put this knife somewhere so that you don't lose it. It ain't coming out anytime soon, okay? The snap seems to be adequate. You know, it seems to be sturdy. It seems to be strong. It doesn't feel like it's going to pop out, you know? And again, like I said, I slept with my Bushcrafter in its sheath. It didn't pop loose. the snap. So, you know, just think budget, man. This is definitely budget, $23. It's not bad. It is not bad. Now, let's do a little testing. And this time I put the wood in front of me because the past couple Legion premieres I did, I was so excited about the knife or the knives, I forgot to do some testing. But no matter, I'm sure by the time you see this, I've probably done some hard review or hardcore review of those blades already. So look at that. $23, man. D2 steel. Are you kidding me, man? Look at that. This is a hard piece of wood too, man. This is some of the wood that I've been chopping up, the past few reviews. This is insane. Look at that, man. That's going to cut up game for sure. That's going to cut up game for sure. Listen, you don't want to take your, expensive knife out. I mean, how many times I've heard people say, no, I don't want to use my knife. Can I use yours? It's a nice knife. It's expensive. At the time, I was one of those guys who used to be into expensive knives. I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem, man. But now, if this is adequate enough to do the job for some of you, man, this is awesome. This is awesome right here. This is awesome here. I got another piece of wood here. I am just using the flat part of that piece of wood to make these awesome curls. Look at that. Look at that one. That's insane. And let me tell you something else. My bushcrafter is just as sharp. Just as sharp, man. Just as sharp. And it's also a hollow grind type of deal, but slight, not heavy duty hollow grind. And it is just as sharp. I'm really excited about this knife, man. I can't wait to put a lanyard on it and do some chopping with it when the time comes. I am blown away by these budget blades. I am just blown away. And it's D2 steel. We're not talking about 5CR or 3CR, which in the past I have tested and they have worked. Okay, I'm not, I am not putting that steel down because I've got a $15 knife made out of 3CR that blows away a lot of knives out there. So, this is D2 steel and they got it down to the price of $23, man. I don't know how they do it. I really don't care. But if I can show you some great budget blades to some of you that, that you're having a hard time just getting food on the table, paying your rent or your mortgage, man, hopefully this is something that, this might interest you. You hardworking people out there, where you don't have to go worry about spending a ton of money, for the season or for whatever. You can purchase this, now it's affordable. Hopefully you can afford something like this and, use it until you're ready to save up and get your grail knife, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I am excited about these knives. I am going to do a Legion premiere with the Lynx's Bushcrafter. I can't wait to show everybody that. So stay tuned for that. And, okay, thank you very much. If there's no other questions in the chat section, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, man. And, let me know what you guys think about this knife and the sheath. I know the sheath is extremely budget, but I'm telling you, it is adequate. It is adequate. Whoops. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, thank you. You know what, let me just hold it. Troops, Legionnaires, and new recruits, thank you very much for taking the time to check out this video. Let me bring awareness, everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. When you're done with this video, go check out the phone numbers. Go check out the websites, okay? I'm going to leave them in the comment section, description section. Martin Miller, who is one of your own, has left you all a heartfelt message. please seek the help that you all have earned and deserve. Troop Legionnaires, new recruits, stay tuned for a hardcore review of this knife. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.